hope your ship is well. That only Jolly Roger has been through hell. Yo ho, on an adventure we go. In the heated digital high seas, we travel with ease until we reach the outer edge and freeze. The Arctic chill like a very speed mill through the darkness led by our will. Yo ho, on an adventure we go to beyond the outer limits of society, broadcasting the reality. The pirates will always steal the show. From WPRPN, you know. Yo ho, on an adventure we go. Dock our vessels in the Skullport Harbor. No landlubbers will fight for you honor. Your old first mate went AWOL after a tricky deal haul. The legacy of pirate radio is strong. I hope our mates will come along. The changes we seek may not be long. That is why I wrote this song. And we go ho ho, on adventure we go.
Welcome everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys, to our weekly edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's show segment number 299. I'm your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the website you'll want to drop by, take a look at. Keep in mind, of course, sign up is free. All you simply need is a username, password, and email address. From there, everything should be pretty much straightforward. If you do happen to run into any problems along the way, do not hesitate in getting back to us via our main email, pirate1radio@protonmail.com. That's pirate, the numeral 1 radio at protonmail.com. We'll take whatever steps are necessary in helping to smooth things over and get you sailing off in just the sort of direction you hope to be. Be sure as well to take a look at the show description end of things. We have a Teespring store in place, TeePublic as well, where a whole host of items are available up for grabs. The earlier aforementioned email address, pirate1radio@protonmail.com, is something you will want to take note of. If you have any show suggestions or guest ideas in mind, along with any potential PayPal donations, something that helps to keep the show up in place, on the road, and active out here on the high digital seas. Very much a listener-supported endeavor, so keep that in mind. No offering is too small either, so don't think that simply because it's just a few bucks, bones, doubloons, digital credits or what have you, that you may have to offer us that they won't go towards a good cause. Speaking of which, half of everything that we do manage to generate goes directly back to charity, very much in conjunction with the whole hashtag WWRHD, what would Robin Hood do, ethos and philosophy. How many other social media operations out there embrace this approach and way of going about doing things? Let us know if you've heard of any, because we'd certainly like to know. Other than that, liking, commenting, sharing, remembering to hit subscription, notification buttons, really powerful stuff, along with sending word along to your friends, family, and co-workers. Places such as Odyssey as well, or Minds.com, it should be mentioned. Very helpful. You can completely just, all it takes is a little bit of your time. Drop by, click on any one of either our links or the items that any other of your more favorite independent, alternative, underground content producers have put out, and they will immediately pick up a little bit in the way of digital booster power just by people dropping by and engaging their content. It's as simple as that. So Odyssey.com and Minds as well. So but once again, the PayPal donations and Teespring or TeePublic merchandise purchases are always appreciated, as is the Patreon, so, which we didn't mention. But if there's anything you'd like to see us put out via Patreon, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to accommodate you. So all right, well, we have a pretty full house here at this stage. Good to see. Three. Wow. Oh, Vinny from Brooklyn even made it. So Roger Hansen, Real Angel Espino, Karma Love, two Floridians, Karma and Angel, of course, Johnny Webb, and Mark out of the UK. I'm not sure if Johnny and Mark have actually had the chance to be introduced to one another, but here you go, gents. This is how we work to bring about this meta-modern synergy that could even lead to a real in-life in real life kind of meat space type friendship blossoming. Who's really to say? I have no idea. Friendship or romance, Mark, so one never knows. But all right, we're gonna get the PDF has been shared with everybody. So if you've checked things out in the side chat, that is, not sure who's had the opportunity to do that to this point. It was pretty sparse, actually. This week didn't really get around to building things up in a big way as far as talking points are concerned, but I'm pretty much confident that everyone else that's a part of things here this go around will have a lot to offer, as will the peanut gallery too. So why don't we just do a round the horn kind of deal here, where everyone can just briefly introduce themselves, and then we'll quickly run down the PDF file. And we have included the past week's news talking points as well too. So to revisit those is completely fine, even though the news cycle itself often finds stories and issues getting shook up and shifting from one week to the next. But let's hear first of all from Johnny, I suppose, Johnny Webb out of the UK. Then Mark, both of you. It's what is it? Got to be about around
Yeah,
4:30 in the
coming up.
morning.
Yeah, 4:22. Yeah, it's coming up to hour 4.
Now, is that Greenwich Mean Time, or how do
That'd
you?
be British summertime, so that'd be 3:22 UTC GMT.
What does that mean? In real is plain English.
Well, daylight saving times. Britain's still in daylight saving times until the end of the month, I think.
Oh, I see.
Correct. Yeah.
The rest.
But in reality, 3:22
Okay.
GMT.
How about
Yeah.
that, eh? So,
3:23.
no. Now it's good you mentioned that. November 6th is what we've read here as far as the rest of the world.
Yeah,
is concerned.
America moves. The US turns over to standard time a week later than Britain.
Oh yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
So okay.
We always do it on the last Sunday of the
We
month.
get 4 hours difference instead of 5
Okay.
for a week.
All right. How about that, Mark? Why don't you just introduce yourself? We see yourself rolling a fresh fag. You might want to focus more on just the social media angle
Hello,
first.
Frisco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm Mark Edworthy. My specialities are politics and technical support. Actually, anything computer related, any technical things. But yeah, I can be found on minds.com at Medworthy. So minds.com/Edworthy.
Indeed. There you go. So, thank you for that, Johnny Webb. Yourself. Social media links, contact information.
Yeah, it's been a while, Gaffy. Mark, nice to meet you, sir. Whereabouts are you exactly in the UK?
I'm in the southwest. I'm in sunny Devon.
Oh, Devon, yeah, nice. Excuse me. Yeah, I know Brixham pretty well down there, and Brixton pretty well up here.
Oh, you in what? North London?
I'm in Balham, South London.
Okay.
Gateway to the south. Which
Do you know?
is,
Do you know the Guns of Brixton?
Guns.
It's this old song by the Clash.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet Rogers heard of it. But you said Balham, like that's a reference to Bale.
Balham.
Yeah,
Balham. They made a movie. Peter Sellers made a movie about our town called Balham, Gateway to the South.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
It's pretty dumb, you know. It's like I don't know. It's like it's not the same as what it was in the movie. It's it's changed completely.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, no, what, bloody hell, South London, yeah, that's all. An SW12 postcode.
Okay. You know what's interesting? There's also Balaam. I think if people want to look this up, Balaam and Josaphat. Now this it's a tie-in. These are Catholic saints, as I recall. I think I got the name straight. Balaam and Josaphat, two Catholic saints where certain religious scholars have alleged there is an ancient Buddhist tie-in and angle to their story. These two Catholic saints. Don't ask me how exactly. I looked it over a time or two and I still couldn't get my head wrapped around it, why that was the case. But, maybe one.
Well, it's funny because about 2 miles away from Balham, we have a town called Wimbledon, which you might know for tennis.
Sure.
But there's a massive Thai temple that's built there. And it's like being in Bangkok. It really is huge and humongous. But it's right off the beaten track. It's down this sort of millionaires row, so you see all these big, massive millionaire houses. And in one of the gardens is this massive temple that the king bought, and
Nice.
the king of Thailand.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
So your Buddhism sort of is just up the road, if you hear me.
Okay. So
every time you talk about Wimbledon, I just think of Wombles.
Yeah, I remember those.
Kids show, yeah.
What the hell? Oh, it's a kids show, Wombles.
Back from the 70s,
yeah, from Wimbledon Common.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Johnny, you're contacted.
Moss pies.
What pies?
Sorry, moss pies. These Wombles used to eat. It was a TV show for children.
Oh, okay. I see. How about that? All right.
Regionalized madness.
I guess so. What contact information, Johnny? How can people reach you? And you're best known for your work with Dr. J, of course, and among other, real keen interest in ufology. You care to elaborate?
Yeah, no. As you said, I worked with the Dr. J Radio Live show a few years back, and then I've worked with Robert Morningstar, co-hosting like yourself a few times. I do have the Johnny Webb show, but I sort of ceased it for about 4 years because I'd been going through a marriage breakup. Although we're sort of still working on it, but it's still a bit of madness. And so I really didn't get the opportunity to be in a state of mind to continue doing that kind of work and following it up. I couldn't really commit. So I've been off the scene for a while. But I've resettled. I've got my own place. So absent makes the heart grow fonder, I'm told. But
looks good.
I'm enjoying freedom.
The new digs look really good, by the way. You're showing some of the pictures a few weeks back. Good stuff.
Yeah. I'm really happy. I'm really settled. I've got peace, and I've found, I've come through my dark night of the soul. I think some people call it.
That's right. Yeah, Van Morrison has got a really great song out there called "Dark Night of the Soul." If you're interested, check it out. It's worth listening to. Definitely, if that's your thing. So I know it is mine. Go ahead.
But yeah, so here in England, they're freeing up all the prisons. They're letting lots of people out early, violent and bad criminals, because they need to make space for the future coming crisis that's going to have a lot of people being locked up. Is it Facebook again? I don't know. Don't people 20 years
get me started
for Facebook. I mean, they're locking up these Facebook ladies and letting out all the prisoners so they can fill them up with these kind of people.
Yeah, I guess Go ahead.
Funny enough, it was only today. I believe that 1,000+ criminals were
inmates were released.
Were released.
Dangerous offenders or non-violent offenders?
Officially non-dangerous offenders.
You mean non-violent?
Yeah, there has been cases where
murderers, rapists.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, they're getting out early. And so we've had TV shows having guests on that saying, look, I was raped by this man just 4 years ago and you're letting him out tomorrow. How dare you?
Yeah. Well, next,
all of this kind of
they'll start locking up people that are just that in the media that dare to expose the crimes of the governments themselves. What sort of decisions are
exactly.
And only within the last couple of days, there has been a suicide in prison in relation to a protester, or actually, just a protester that was holding up a sign in one of the recent UK protests, and he was found. He was pleaded guilty on his case, and which. Due to circumstances I've got questions about. And he was found, I believe, hung from his own cell.
What was he protesting exactly?
I I believe it was related to the Palestine Israel or the he was protesting against the sort of pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas narrative.
Oh, so he was like pro-Israel.
Or pro, I won't say Israel per se, but anti-Hamas.
You know, and I wonder if he realized that Hamas was actually construct and creation of the Israeli government itself. That something that Netanyahu actually had played a more central role in than what most people have any idea, helping to launch.
Potentially, but we've got to consider the current situation rather than what has happened in reality.
We can't ignore the past to see where.
Granted, but the current situation's more relevant to all of us.
Right. Well, okay. And speaking of which, the current situation finds, and this is why we ran with the cover photo that we chose this week.
Aphrodite's child.
Well, it actually has to do with the offshore oil and gas deposits located just a short distance off of the Gazan coast to the tune of $500 billion. Some estimates have it, and they've been known about for quite some time, apparently, as well. It's not like this is just late breaking news, but with where things stand currently, as you're saying, Mark, it's very convenient for those who would, seek to. Well, I mean, what was it? Maybe I think somebody out there's got to be within. Was it in the lead up to October 7th, or just a week after October 7th of last year, that the licensing, the rights to harvesting and extracting and exploiting said resources were granted to British Petroleum and numerous other major global, natural energy companies, major players in the field of oil and gas extraction. So, and that, as I say, in politics, timing is everything. But it was hardly reported on whatsoever, as you can imagine, because for the most part, the same people who own the large media outlets are those that are cashing in on these things and are also the big money powers behind what we saw with the corona apocalypse, the scamdemic, and promotion and coercive lengths that they went to, really, in having people submit to these their dangerous and deadly. Oh, Jesus! This is the sort of thing that's going to get us in trouble with boob tube. I just to let people know, we are live streaming through boob tube, so something as innocent as this, but it's like, oh, geez, you can't say that. You got to shut that down.
Arguably, if Hamas was removed from Palestine could become a much more transparent and democratic country or state country. I'm not
when
sure
they
how
build it
you would,
again.
and therefore that money could aid in their
15-minute city
and increase jobs, increase general revenue within that area.
Yeah.
What people will they be that live there, though? The people are dead. They're gone.
Well, war is.
We import more, shall we? Shall we import more?
It's like, oh, if you just let us do what we need to do here, and you'll get what this fairy tale, these pie in the sky promises that it's utopia that could be in your region But just excuse us here while we carpet bomb a few more people, because I'm sorry about the human shields, but you shouldn't be using them. And we got 5 or 6 terrorists, and 100 times as many civilians had to die, but it was worth the price. We reckon is
we're no longer looking for our hostages. We've given up on the hostages.
Yeah. Oh, of course they did. Like that, the whole Hannibal directive business. I'm not sure people are aware of that. We've talked about it here in the past. We'll mention it again. Big media seems to be completely out to lunch. You don't hear a single mention of this across corporate media whatsoever. Not CNN, not Fox, not any of them. Whether they're
how dare you?
Yeah, Vinny. That's right.
Find it interesting that he used.
Hold up, we're not talking about climate change at this point.
Well, yeah, that's a thought crime too. You can't. How dare you? We're gaslit on every single issue that you can imagine, every single important issue. But tell you what, we're not. Let's just put the brakes on things right there for now, because we're not finished. Round the horn sort of deal. Let's turn our sights to Karma Love. Let her in on the conversation, just to provide listeners with a bit more of a sense of who she is and why she's dropped in here to connect with us this week. Welcome, Karma Love. Always great to have you on board. We appreciate your contributions.
Hi, Jeffy. I came because you called and I had the time.
You're on camera. Do you know you're on camera?
Only for my intro. You don't know
oh my God. So yeah, looking good. Good.
Am I bonnet, you think? Wow, thank you.
Did you say bonnet? I'm not sure what the hair thing is all about. I see what that is. That's what it's called, a bonnet. I see. It looks good. Yeah. I'd hit it. So anyways.
I'm from Florida. Well, I live in Florida. I'm not from Florida. I'm from New Jersey, but I live in Florida. And I've been doing my lives, but I've been kind of chilling. I'm actually about to pick back up. You guys will start seeing the links and stuff. I'll start being more consistent with my share. But as it stands right now, I have yet to start anything just yet. But in the next week or two, I have some stuff planned to come. So yeah, that's about it. I of course like the information I received from here. Who said that?
Where do
Angel,
you live
stay
in
out of
Florida?
the chat. Oh my gosh! Why are you always you so extra? Oh my god!
What did Angel say?
Nothing. I was reading the chat. I'm not reading it out loud. No.
Oh,
I didn't say somebody else did. I'm just reiterating what I heard as I got back from it.
I hit that. I hit that.
No,
I reiterated it as I came back from European.
Well, where are you in Florida, madam?
Oh, madam.
Gentlemen.
You've heard of her personal. You know what her business is all about, do you, Johnny? We weren't going to talk about that tonight.
No,
Restoration. Hold on, wait a minute. What's my business all about, Jaffe? Don't play with me.
You're the madam of the house.
But I'm in Claremont, near Claremont, right on the outskirts. Yeah.
Is somebody smoking dope on our show? What the hell's going on here? That's not.
Who's smoking dope?
It's a
Weed
spliff,
is not dope. So
yeah, buddy.
Do not call.
Contact stuff.
That wasn't me, but I'd love to smoke some.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that just called me madam smoking weed?
Yeah.
Well, where are you at? Because I'd love to get to know you, sir. Talking about some madam.
This is London calling. This is London.
Yeah, indeed. London calling. Hey.
Yeah, you can smoke in your house, but you can't smoke in public.
That's insane.
Shout out to Jane Fair and Zane Ivy here that we can see connecting with us via Facebook at this particular moment. So that's good to see. Oh, by the way, yeah, we forgot to remind me, got to get the Telegram up and running. Karma over on
your
on
Telegram
YouTube.
has been on all day. Not all day, but like for mad hours. Like no one was on it. And it was like join the live stream. So I just listened in. It was like no one's listening. But there was nothing. It was just a blank and it was like a
That
live. I'm
that's
sure you were unaware.
that's weird because we usually end it when we're done. We put an end to it.
I
Here,
texted it.
Esther 23. Here comes justice. Good stuff,
Look,
Esther.
dude.
Yeah. Now look. Okay. So go. Basically, revisiting Barlam and Josaphat. According to Zane Ivey, they were in fact Christianized versions of the Buddha, but in a sneaky way, I guess, where it was occulted. They tried to hide this the identity of what the true character, what was you know who this was in reference to. I'd have to revisit and take a look at it again, but that's what once again religious scholars do claim. 3 weeks into the war, Israel granted new exploration licenses to 6 companies. I love how they call it a war. Give me a look at the it's bloodbath. Are you kidding me? Total David and Goliath, including BP. Well, that's a surprise. ENI to explore natural gas reserves in the G zone. Is that near the G spot? And by the way, and what does G stand for? Isn't that what Freemasons have on? Many of them have on their rings. The nice big G. So yeah.
Oh,
Or maybe G is for Gaza. It just could be a coincidence. Palestinians have already lost roughly $2.5 billion through prevention of the exercise of their right to benefit from the exploitation of their natural resources guaranteed under international law. Yeah, we'll take that up with the Rothschilds because that's all roads lead back to Rome, but many of them do also lead back to the Rothschilds, especially where the state of Israel is concerned. The Balfour Declaration, in particular, 1917's Balfour Declaration. And Jane Fair, once again, thank you for connecting. She's been reaching out to us with the hopes of possibly picking up more attention and support for some of the issues that she's been having to contend with via her home state and region out of the U.S. So fill us in a little more, Jane, through the text end of things, if you would. You, as with pretty much anyone, are always welcome to connect with us here. You can call in pirate1radio@gmail.com is how you reach us directly through Skype. Captain Sinclair is who you look for. So just launch a Skype account and run a search for Captain Sinclair at the Pirate One Radio gmail.com account. It's as simple as that. Yeah, go ahead, Vinny.
So guys, I got breaking news of a sort. So, I made a big deal about my announcing on May 16, 2020, that I figured out the pandemic scam, pretty much in its entirety, with the exception of the magnetization of people. Well, hey, Jeffy, would you believe that it's been taken down from the internet? It's been removed.
Your post?
Yeah, so why would they do that unless I was completely right, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, share. You have a hard copy on board?
I put it in the chat. My backup, one of my backups.
Okay.
You see, I learned from. I don't know if any of you guys have ever listened to the Personal Computer Show with Hank Key and Joe King on WBAI. Comes on Wednesday nights, I think at 8. Might still happen.
Okay.
But one of the things Hank Key had made a big thing of is his motto: backup, backup, backup.
Yeah.
You have anything that's important, you have it backed up somehow, some way.
Yeah.
So I remembered that. I remember that little adage. So after I made the page, well, I said, you know what? What if someone actually sees this and they say, whoa, this is way too close to the mark. We got to get rid of it. So I backed it up a bunch of places. So
good.
So they took it down Sunday. Sunday, I went to look for it to reference it to another post because now it's being exposed that the shot itself was the killer.
By the way, it's the thing. If we can get into this, but just to let listeners know, we're going to have to end the YouTube stream right now. Actually, just within the next.
Yes, because Vinny's
yeah.
trying to get in.
Well, yeah, we might have already crossed the line as far as their circumcised.
I forgot the fact.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The computer says
So,
no.
But people can find us momentarily here. Telegram, just follow the links, folks, in the show description and the things. Telegram, DLive, my personal Facebook, and Home Network TV. Hey, let's not forget about them, of course. Robert Morningstar and his cohort Alan been doing a great job over there, and all systems do appear to be a go. So that's DLive, Facebook, Telegram, and Home Network TV for the time being. But we are ending our YouTube stream so we can get a little more into the adult, kind of open, honest conversation.
So we can get juicy in here.
Just so we can get real. So 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
So there's that, right?